Hi, I'm Transapient, and as of December 1st, 2020, I was tagged. This means that I am now obligated to answer a selection of questions, passed down from the tagger to the, taggee, would it be? Ah well. Anyway, my tagger was the eclectic YouTuber OmniViewer, who was themselves tagged by notable Kaiju YouTuber D-Man1954. I'm not sure how much further back it goes, if at all, but as both gentlemen are quite respectable in this one Transapient's opinion, it felt only proper to answer the questions with a video of my own. So, well, here we are. So, let's get on with it already. Let's see. First question. What kaiju film have you revisited and learned to love? Well, most of the movies I can remember enjoying in my earlier years, I more often than not still enjoy in some fashion. But after searching my memory databases, one film did stand out to me as having gained a softer perspective from myself. And that film turned out to be Dino De Laurentiis' 1976 remake of King Kong. Now, I don't think it's news by this point that this first remaking of the classic story doesn't really have the best reputation among general audiences or fans, and with plenty reason. Several story elements are rather convoluted. The lack of fantastical elements to Skull Island makes for a watered-down, unremarkable setting with little sense of adventure. The portrayal of Kong and Dwan's relationship all too often comes off as creepy more than anything, and the pacing can be frustratingly languid at times. So yeah, this was one of those rare monster movies that I recall watching at a younger age that didn't really stick with me, and I still find validity in much of its flaws. And yet, having rewatched it more recently, I actually found myself finding things to enjoy. Mostly in regards to touches of a unique 70s brand of cheese. There are also impressive technical achievements in regards to the special effects, especially in Kong himself, as well as more decent acting and bits of memorable dialogue than I remembered. So while I still think King Kong 76 is the weakest of the three tellings of Kong's original story, I don't think it's completely without virtues, and overall not too bad, all things considered. Next question. Best Toho tokusatsu film that's not a kaiju film? Well, I must admit this one was somewhat difficult for me. While I'm familiar with the general nature of movies like The Mysterians or The H-Man, I've yet to actually manage to sit through most such films in their entirety to form a fully informed personal opinion of them. And I'm still not entirely certain if the one I settled on can fully be classified as a non-kaiju tokusatsu film. But the question demands an answer, so well, here it goes. I nominate Ishiro Honda's 1963 film, Matango. Now, I realize it's not a very effects-driven movie, such as most tokusatsu is known for, yet it does utilize suitmation to bring some of the titular creatures to life, which is a well-known and widely utilized method of tokusatsu filmmaking. I also personally don't consider it a kaiju movie, as the monsters are not of the physics-breaking giant variety, though I know some may define the term differently. So while it may be fuzzy as to its actual classification, Matango is the best I can think of given the few options I had to work with. I also think it's just a solid good movie in general, so there was no problem in selecting it in that regard. Right then, next question. Best non-Japanese giant monster? Oh dear, this might be another tough one to answer. Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Wait a blasted minute. Now, this may be a bit of interpretative licensing, but the question did not specify a movie monster. The candidate need merely be a giant monster whom did not originate from a mimetic source of Japanese nationality. There's the question in text once again for your own scrutiny. Upon that realization, my answer came unto me as an irresistible call in a dream of madness. I thus nominate the great dreamer himself, Cthulhu. I've been a big fan of Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos cycle for a while now. Altogether, it's one of my favorite literary experiences in general, and I'm sure there's little doubt as to how iconic Cthulhu has become over the years, so I think he should definitely qualify among the world's best giant monsters. And technically there actually has been a film adaptation of his story, if not by a major studio. 2005 saw the release of The Call of Cthulhu as an independent film directed by Andrew Lehman and released by the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society, stylized to replicate the format of a 1920s silent-era production. Having seen it myself, I can only imagine what cinematic pop culture would look like today had this actually been released during the era it emulates. It perfectly captures the spirit of looming, inescapable dread through its atmosphere and pacing, leading up to the brief but cathartic appearance of the Great One himself. Definitely something I think is worth checking out for any Lovecraft or monster movie fan in general. So yeah, for me, Cthulhu gets the nomination for Best Giant Monster of Non-Japanese Origin. Sorry Kong, but you're a close second. Next question. Godzilla singular point. Are you of the excite? Indeed. Vaguely, but indeed. As of this video's creation, there's still not a whole lot of information to go on. Aside from some character designs, a couple posters and teaser images, and the first trailer, I'm not even aware if there's been any info released on a possible plot synopsis or even an episode count. What we have been shown offers much in the way of speculation, which indeed piques my interest. So while there's little context to be found, I do believe I may be included in this excite crowd for Godzilla singular point. Here's hoping it turns out alright. Next question. Godzilla vs. Kong. Are you looking forward to it? Again, indeed. And at the risk of becoming outdated too quickly in light of recent developments, I'll just leave it at that. But again, yes, I think this one was pretty much a given. And that seems to be all the questions. Wasn't too torturous, I suppose. But now am I supposed to tag more people? Do I have a choice in the matter, or will government agents break through my door if I don't? You know what, I'll just take one for the team here and let them come if they may. I won't pass this vicious cycle on to anyone else. So thanks to any and all who took the time to hear out this one Transapien's opinion. And rather than tag someone else, just feel free to let me know of your answers in the comments, if you so choose. Thanks again for watching, and have a nice day.